Alright guys, we're going to take a look at setting up your buildings in WOSTools.net. You want to set yourself up a profile, and you can actually set yourself up multiple profiles. I've got one here that I've already set all my stuff up in. And so when I go to the calculators, which I'll show you here in just a little bit, all that stuff's already in there for you. So we'll go over here to my dummy account, and let's go ahead and set all these to 1. So you can set, let's back out just a second. You can set all of them. So let's say you got all your things at level 13. It'll automatically preset all that for you. Let's say you want to set it from your character, and that's just your furnace, and then you can sync all to your furnace if you're at that point. We're just going to throw that on there for now, and these are all from your game. The easiest way to do that is to have 2 screens up and just look back and forth, because otherwise you're going to the game, you're looking, you're skipping the ad, and then you're going, and then you're going back and forth. It gets pretty old, and you've already got to do this in just a moment. So the less you do it, the easier. So have 2 screens or a piece of scratch paper, write all that stuff down. Makes the job a lot easier. When you first come up, it'll have a simple setup for you. It'll look like that. Now this is, I think, now my 5th attempt at making this video, so it's actually already in here for me. I didn't delete it out. But you can do simple. I prefer to go the detailed route, and as you can see, it's already in from when I did it. But I'm going to show you how to find these things. Your VIP bonus, that right there. You can go into the game, and I think everybody knows where this one is. At the center, top center, just to the right. And then your tech speed, this right here. You're going to go back to your game. You're going to go to your research center. Click research, and then in the upper left hand corner, construction speed 27.8. So I would go back to the site. Now I type in 27.8. For Alliance Tech, go to the game, skip the ad, go to Alliance, and then your tech. In the upper left hand corner, that exclamation point, construction speed 10%. For your island bonus, back to the game, go to your island, and over on the right hand side, those 3 dots, you're going to go down and you'll find construction speed 10%. Facility bonus, you go back to the game, Alliance, and then battle, occupational income. Our alliance is showing 0 right now, but that is because our facilities are open right now. We've got a level 1, which is 5, and a level 3, which is 8. So you add those together to a total of 13. So we would go back to this, and we would select 13. For your Zen Man skill, we're going to do Zen Man skill and Agnes at the same time, since those are pretty easy to find. So your Zen Man skill and Agnes. So you go to Heroes, you'll find Zen Man, go to Skills, it's that middle on the right hand side. That's a level 5. We'll go back to City. We're going to look for Agnes right now. You can go to your Dawn Academy, find Agnes front and center, go to Skill, it's the 3rd one, Project Management level 5. And then the next one we're going to need is Hyena. So we'll come over to our pets. You go to your Hyena, and it's on the low left, your Builder's Aid. That's a level 5. So we'll go in, put the Zen Man, level 5. Agnes Project Management, level 5, and then Hyena, done. Now these here on the bottom, the Vice President, you have the option of none, 10%, or 15%. What that 15% is if your state wins SVS Prep and wins the Castle event for 2 weeks, when you get the VP position, you get 15% instead of the 10%. Now one underneath it is this right here is when the president applies that buff, and then double time is from your book. So now why all this is important. So we'll go ahead and click Save Changes. Now we'll go over to calculators. So building calculator. And you can see all that stuff is already in here now. It transferred over from my profile. And you can sync from and if it doesn't, just click sync from profile and it'll bring it all over for you. So let's say I wanted to go from my furnace FC5 to 6.2. I would come down here and I would put in my resources. You know what, we're gonna say I only got 50,000 meat. Like that would ever happen, but you can come down here to meat and you can see that line is red right there. And no power gain, no SVS, no points, none of that showing up. But if I come back up here, let's add a couple of zeros. And then go back down, you can see it's green now. You can see there's a check mark in all of those items. It's saying I have all the resources needed to get from FC5 to FC 6.2. And you see my power gained is 473k. Pretty good jump. For my SVS points, I would get 5.46 million. And this is what I would get for Hall of Champions. Now, if you come down here even further, you can see the step details, what it would take, and all your other things that you would need. So that is a great little tool. If you're wanting to prep and get a good jump, you know how many you're going to have, how many you're going to need. And also, if you notice that number in red, it's saying, kind of giving you a warning that 81.6 million is kind of a low number. So you may want to you may want to bump that up a little bit. But that is that's the huge advantage to putting in your buildings. Huge advantage to putting in your buildings. It also helps, let's go back here, all these other items also. All your researches, and we'll go over in another video that some of the harder to find items, just like we did on this one. All this other stuff's pretty easy to find. Your chief gear, that's all pretty obvious. Your resources, your training, that's all pretty obvious. Your research has a couple things that are a little bit tricky to find. I'll go over those in another video. But that's a huge advantage. Before we were putting all this stuff in spreadsheets, and saving it and then going back and saving it. And spreadsheets on a mobile device, I don't know if many of you have done it, is not that convenient. This is leaps and bounds easier than a spreadsheet. Just so much easier. And it's not just the building calculator. He's got all types of different calculators on here. And we'll try to go through some of those and take a look at them and see how we can make it advantageous to our game. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry about my voice. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. And the website again is WOSTools.net. Have a good one.